Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wild. Today, right back into it with Snoop Dogg. With Snoop Dogg facing lawsuit for putting UberEats Driver on blast. I fear for my family's safety. If you don't know what's going on with this, I'm going to leave the links to the first two videos talking about this subject in the description, so that way you could get caught up if you want to. The short story of it is this. Snoop Dogg had Uber Eats for delivery. The driver did not deliver his food, and because the driver didn't deliver his food, he put him on Instagram and made a whole big thing about the messages and all that. A lot of people defended the driver because it was past the 8-minute timer, but I personally believe, this is my personal opinion, the driver did everything except leave the food. If he left the food and just moved on, that would have been fine. In this case, he ended up taking the food with him and did not deliver the food at all. Now that driver is suing Snoop Dogg because within the messages was his personal information on who the driver was. So with that said, I want to talk about what's going on with this lawsuit and exactly everything that has to do with this subject. So with that said, let's get started. Snoop Dogg could be in trouble regarding his Uber Eats order that went wrong in January. The West Coast rap pioneer put a driver on blast after he failed to deliver his food, with Snoop Dogg taking to Instagram to share a video of their interaction, which the driver said this is not a safe place. That doesn't mean you take his food and you keep it. That doesn't make sense. You leave the food wherever you can. Like, it's not, oh, suddenly you have the right to keep his food. It's ridiculous how people will justify poor behavior simply because it's a celebrity. According to CBS Los Angeles, the driver, whose name is Syed, I hope I said his name right, oh my god, is planning to hire a lawyer and possibly file a lawsuit against Snoop Dogg. During a recent interview, he claimed he's suffering from anxiety and is scared for the safety of his family after his personal information was exposed to millions of people. I'm not trying to justify the fact that Snoop Dogg leaked his personal information. Honestly, like, he shouldn't have put it out there to begin with. But that being said, I don't think it was his intention to leak his personal information. I think it was his intention to take to Instagram and say, hey, this person didn't deliver my order, like, what's going on, and is trying to exert some frustration. This feels very ambulance chaser, to be honest. Like, it feels like this person is literally out to just get Snoop Dogg's money, and that's really it. I know there's a lot of talk about this being the work of cancel culture, but at the same time, it feels a little elaborate for cancel culture, you know what I mean? Not only do you need somebody who has Snoop Dogg's order, you need to contact Snoop Dogg. You need to know Snoop Dogg isn't going to answer the phone. There's just a lot going on here that I don't think it's the work of cancel culture. But I do think it's opportunistic. He saw a way for him to get more money, and he's taking it. It's my picture there, and also there's my first name, he said. I saw the video. I'm kind of like, I have high anxiety and fear for my family's safety. I contacted the customer many times, and I followed the protocol by the book. First off, I am sorry that you have high anxiety. I don't know what a first name and a photo is really gonna do. I mean, I know that there's a lot of people who are, you know, kind of creepy in that way and can end up finding information based on minimal info, but I don't think it's gonna really do anything, although I'm not dismissing the possibility of it. And as far as you following protocol by the book, you did everything except leave the food. Like, you could have just left the food. You took his food. Following the incident, Uber Eats put out a statement saying, "We truly regret Snoop Dogg's frustrating experience. We have reached out to apologize and refunded him for the order." So Snoop Dogg got his refund. Fine. So it really should have ended at that point. But of course, it never really does. But Syed feels like he's the one who should have received an apology. He claims he waited for the required 8 minutes before canceling the order, after attempting to deliver to an industrial area in Inglewood. It sounds like the guy, Syed, has high anxiety. Because of that, a lot of areas that may or may not be safe. I don't really know Inglewood. Whether it was safe or not, he had anxiety and he became more afraid. Therefore, he felt it wasn't a safe place. But you could have left the food and it would have been fine. You waited the 8 minutes, but you didn't leave the food. You could have left the food. When I read that, I just felt like it's not fair because I'm the one that deserves an apology from Uber Eats, not Snoop. He said, but I have to fight for my rights and my family's rights. I just feel like I'm not really well from this delivery and also Uber Eats. Well, you're expecting a company that doesn't really support its drivers to suddenly support its drivers. I mean, is that really what's gonna end up happening? Like, come on. Sounds like you're playing the victim here. The video's still on Snoop Dogg's Instagram account and has over 4 million views and 343,000 likes. Now I'm starting to see why you felt a little concerned for your family. I'm jealous as a content creator, first of all, because 4 million views is a lot. But I definitely see where the fear is now from your perspective. Because 4 million people, you gotta think, a few diehard fans that are willing to make moves. I kinda get it. MF from effing Uber Eats didn't bring my effing food. Talking about he arrived. Snoop said in the video, "This is not a safe place. Punk MF, where my food at N? You got all my goddamn money, punk." I know this is a quote from the video. That being said, you got your money now. I think we're good. And also, the Instagram post has been taken down, to be clear. This is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. None of you pay me. There you go. It says so far that he plans on taking to legal action. It doesn't mean he's going to. I think right now he's looking for compensation. I think he's looking for money. I know it's a very lofty assumption, but it definitely feels that way. The guy has his picture and first name. There's a lot of people with pictures and first names on the internet. It seems like a guy with anxiety is taking a victim mentality approach. He's probably gonna end up getting something out of this. It sucks because this shouldn't happen to freaking Snoop. Like, he was just trying to get his food. The driver should have left the food. Snoop Dogg got his refund. Thank God he's settled. But the driver wants an apology from a company that's not going to give him an apology. This should have been over and done with already. This is the third video I've had to make on the subject. I hope that this gets settled out quickly and quietly, so that way it doesn't escalate any further. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.